Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christine, I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at an Optavia coach kickoff call that happened, I believe, at the beginning of 2026. Could have also been at the end of 25, but I think it was at the beginning of 26. It's a network marketing company that sells extremely overpriced diet programs where you get very little food, very little calories. It is a very, very difficult and predatory MLM in so many ways. Registered dietitians have complained about the company and spread their insights on the company as well because people severely undereat and they severely overpay for the programs that you can buy there. It operates as a network marketing company, and this is a call from the coaches who set this up. Also, people who are not coaches were invited. So over the holidays, I made first videos of the year about Huns claiming they have all of the freedom, all of the time freedom in the world, yet they were working over the holidays. And this is one of those examples. They invited potential customers, people on social media to also join this call. Why this is supposed to be a kickoff call for all Optavia coaches. The people there are also fully aware that this is also, besides a team call, kind of an opportunity call because those who might be interested can join. This is a long one. Let's not waste a lot of time. We will get right into it.
Welcome to the 3.0. My name's Tia Wood. This is my husband, Doug Wood. And you are part of a history-making year. You are positioned, I truly believe, in your community and your town, in your family bloodline on purpose for a greater purpose. And I don't know about you, but I am so expectant. I was up until about midnight, 12:30 last night, helping people get started in their health. I did a health assessment at 10:30 last night because she was ready.
Yeah.
And here's what I know. Back in 2009, I needed a metabolic reset. Now, at the time, I just thought I needed to lose some weight, right? But Doug and I needed a revolution in our life. And so we began a reset in 2009. And it's been a renew over the years. It's 17 years. Doug and I have been coaching with this amazing program as we go next level in this 3.0 revolution. And we have been in a refinement season. It's been a refining season. And I am just beyond grateful that Dr. A said from stage back in 2010. I was sitting in a room of about what's on this Zoom. I think there was 2,000 people in the room. I had lost over 40 pounds on this program. I was living in this new body. And he said, we are offering you a vehicle that can change your life. And he said a statement from stage and he said, we are going to get America healthy. And I had spent 30 years of my life knowing there was a greater purpose for my life. And I sat in that chair and in me leaped like, I am going to be part of this. And we've helped millions of lives, but who wants to join me in helping millions more
Yeah.
in 2026?
Well, congratulations for logging in tonight and Happy New Year, family. Many of you are exploring joining this family and joining this movement because you've been feeling something. There's a shifting, there's a stirring going on in the world right now, especially right here in America. And there's an expectancy over 2026. And I just want you to know that you are in the right room. We are going to be hanging out together for the next 55 minutes, and then you will be given the offer to stay on for a bonus section for 15 minutes. And you coaches will definitely want to be taking advantage of that. But we have got a packed call, some incredible announcements, and we're going to dive right into it. But I do want to stop and say here in a few moments, you will be hearing from our co-founder, Dr. Ray, and what we are offering you tonight. Coaches, some of you are with us in our 2.0 era, and many of you have just started in the 3.0 era because we're in massive pre-launch of what's to come in 2026 in the USA, and very soon, Tia, the world. And buckle up. It is going to be an amazing ride. It's going to be a lot of work. And if you're willing to work hard, I'm telling you right now.
What a way to throw your wife under the bus. Now up to you. And then you answer for your partner. Maybe they should practice that some more. That's not what I wanted to point out. There are already so many red flags for me. I took a look at their Instagram. From what I can tell in their bio on Instagram, they have the typical things. Being an inspirational guru, inspirational speeches. They sell metabolic. They announce themselves here as well as Get America Healthy Metabolic Reset Coach, and they are a part of Optavia. I do not see any actual credentials that they're healthcare professionals in any way, shape, or form, can onboard people, give actual nutritional, medical, or workout advice. These are people who lost a lot of weight with Optavia, joined as coaches, and now they want to benefit off of other people, and that's why they're onboarding them. But I cannot find any information that they have any legitimate credentials, that they are actually capable of doing so with a professional background that would allow them to give other people information besides the inspirational things and the God-loving things they're sharing as well. That's their core expertise, I believe. Nothing points towards these people having an actual medical, professional, nutritional, or workout background that would allow them to operate as a true professional. And this metabolic health coach thing is... Don't even let me get started.
Optavia will be happy to pay you for doing that work, and Nick will be on here shortly to tell you a little bit about that as well. But if you look around America today, it is January 1st, and people are scared. People are intimidated. 9 out of 10 Americans are waking up this morning saying the gym is intimidating. I just wish there was a magic pill to stay fit and healthy. I don't know if I can do another new year, new you, or a new year, new me. Maybe I'm just supposed to always be this way, and people are giving up, but they're realizing they've tried a lot of things and it's not working. And we know without habit change, not a lot changes. As we move forward in the slides, uh, uh, we are a part of a multi-trillion-dollar industry. The wellness industry is throwing band-aids at a broken system. Yeah. Everything is now on the corner of happy and healthy, and it's coded as healthcare when really it's more looking like sick care. As we move forward in the show, uh, what metabolic dysfunction looks like. Well, it starts with early signs of metabolic dysfunction is weight gain. And for so long, even myself made weight loss the goal or the finish line. That's actually the starting point. Sugar and processed food cravings. Metabolic dysfunction looks like low motivation, fatigue, looks like a lot of hangovers, bloatedness, mood swings, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. And 9 out of 10 Americans, our own friends and family, and many of us right here on this line, are suffering from these metabolic dysfunction. Well, the good news is we do have the answers as we move forward.
Of course, everything else was just snake oil in the health and wellness industry, but they have the answers. The things they listed there's so many multi-layered reasons why you might not be able to sleep, why you might be anxious all the time, why you might be bloated. Yet again, these are not medical professionals, so to claim this is what metabolic dysfunction looks like and we have a cure for it is absolutely asinine. But since they're selling for Optavia, guess it's part of the pitch. That's what we need to expect here.
The world has changed drastically since our last brand evolution. People are more skeptical and discerning. They're seeking credibility. They're understanding that habit change is the only way forward. Many people have proven they can lose weight, but are quickly finding some of that weight back, which is why we are now targeting fat loss, no longer weight loss. But the good news is people are listening to only those that they trust. The good news is you on this call are the trusted source. What are those things that we trust? Well, our recent research and scientific studies from the metabolic synchronization has clinically proven to now impact 3 of the most critical drivers for reversing metabolic dysfunction and improving metabolic health, which targets reducing visceral fat while retaining lean muscle mass and protecting healthy muscle. I mean, it's amazing to see some of our scientific research that directly affects type 2 diabetes, that directly helps reduce cholesterol, and it's amazing. So we now have the science. And as we move to the last slide, before I bring on the one and only Miss Stephanie, as a coach and as a community, we are the multipliers. We're the force multipliers that helps our clients. Yes, our clients get to lose 10 times more weight, and that's targeted right at fat, and 17 times more fat loss. Tia, I tell you what, as we launch into this brand new 3.0 evolution, we're now like primed and like ready to go.
We have the science, we have the data, we have the transformations, and the world is looking for us to step up and lead. And that's why you're here tonight. You're here leading yourself. Your future self congratulates you for showing up. And Stephanie, we are so excited just for the lives you're impacting and for you to share tonight.
Well, thank you very much. So, this room right here is filled with leaders, whether you know it yet or not because of titles, not because of ranks, but because you are carrying something that the world desperately needs. I am a messy, imperfect mom from Birmingham, Alabama. And 5 years ago, when I walked into this community, I was not the picture of health. I was completely shattered. But I knew one thing, I was hungry for more. And I knew if I wanted my son to see that he could do hard things and blow the roofs off of ceilings of limiting beliefs, I was going to have to let him watch me do it. No one really knew how shattered I was except God, Kristen Glass, and Margaret Ann McGregor. But they believed in me and they created a culture that made me feel safe and seen, empowered, brave. And once you feel that while you are here, you don't leave it. So you are sitting here probably wondering, okay, great, but what am I doing here? You are here to show the version of you who knew they wanted more what is possible when you stop playing small. And if you came into this room not believing that we are on the front lines of the greatest mission and movement of our lifetime, you might be in the wrong room. 9 out of 10 people, just like Tia and Doug said, are metabolically unhealthy, not just overweight, unwell, inflamed, exhausted, anxious, medicated. And the scariest part is most people think that that's normal, but we know better because we have the answer. We have the tools, the structure, the support, and we have the gift that people are desperately searching for. And that gift is too pure to keep quiet. People aren't ignoring us. They are just waiting for someone brave enough to speak. And we don't whisper solutions in a crisis. We get really loud. And if you're wondering, okay, great, well, how am I going to create impact and income here? I'm about to make it so simple for you. 2 words: build people. That's it. That's the assignment. We're not dragging, we're not convincing, we're building. And it starts with one: the one who wants to be built, the one who brings energy, not excuses, the one who is hungry, the one who catches the vision, the one that finds her one and then finds her one. And you start building. And when you build people, the impact, the rank, the incomes, it all takes care of itself. Because when you create a culture where people feel seen, they show up. When people feel valued, they stay. And when people feel like they belong, their identity shifts. They start showing up like J-Lo on a plane, not giving a flying flip about what Karen in Topeka, Kansas thinks, because they realize that this mission is bigger than anyone's opinions. And that is how legacy and impact works.
Imagine this coming from a salesperson of fuelings, overpriced. They're not even real food, overpriced, highly processed powders and snacks. This is a salesperson for a company that sells products that are very, very pricey, overpriced for what they are, in my opinion, and they offer very little caloric value. That is why people lose a lot of weight. Optavia claims that they now found the solution to that being sustainable and to the metabolic reset that you need. It's not just about weight loss, but all they offer in their programs is weight loss fuelings, because they cannot even call it food, with very little calories so that people severely undereat and therefore lose calories, therefore lose weight. To claim they're not aiming at losing weight, but they're aiming at losing fat, first of all, that's difficult to prove. It takes a lot of time until somebody who loses weight also loses fat. And Optavia is the worst program that you could choose if you really want to target fat loss. Because on those Optavia fuelings, you eat so little calories that Optavia themselves say maybe don't do heavy workouts. And it is always suggested to have a certain nutrition, to live a healthy lifestyle, and also move your body regularly. But in that case, it's not an option, it's not a possibility because you eat so little calories. They also have a program for those who want to work out. So in that case, you might get 2 more fuelings in a day, but you will still severely undereat. This is a salesperson for a company that sells fuelings, but she makes it sound like she's the leader of a nation and she is addressing her country in these difficult times and why we all need to work together to stabilize our economies and to stay together as a nation. She is shilling Optavia fuelings. And her camera is extremely shaky. So if you really want to show up as the leader you are, or the leader you might not even be aware you might be, then please also be the leader that doesn't consistently move with your hands on the table so that your camera and your laptop stops shaking. I'm getting sick to my stomach just watching this. And I don't even wear my glasses, so I only see half. I only see half of that, but I can see the freaking monitor shaking all the time. Okay? Stop it.
And I knew if I ever wanted to build something that created legacy and impact, I not only had to build people who wanted to be built, but I had to create and protect a culture that felt so safe that fear and insecurities had no choice but to take a back seat and sit down. Build belief, hype each other up, celebrate wins. Everyone gets a running buddy and nobody builds alone. Show up messy here, show up human and real, and keep it fun. We have a zero negativity policy. If you're struggling, take it to your mentor or your coach, not your group. Protect your culture because your culture is everything. And when you do that, the atmosphere becomes electric and you become a family. And you talk about how you're going to spend your first $10,000 and $20,000 checks from helping people feel alive again. You talk about vacations and dreams, but you also talk about the hard stuff too.
Is that a promise? Because you cannot promise that people will make $10,000 to $12,000 and get those checks. And also, a zero negativity culture, that is bad. It's okay to feel bad, to acknowledge that, and to work through. But to just pretend everything is always positive because there's somebody there who is watching you, who is guiding you through your programs while you're severely under eating and apparently also expected to work out or do something else, although the company says, oh, no, don't do that. And then on top of that, build. That's not positivity. That's brainwashing. It's a cult. We are already a couple of minutes, 8-9 minutes into this thing, and the cult vibes are already there. Imagine if you are a normal thinking and acting human being and you might just want to lose some weight, or you might want to make an extra income, and then you stumble upon this. On January 1st, of all days. Imagine that, because this doesn't sound like it's just a speech for the coaches that are already in Optavia. It sounds like a pitch to the newbies. So it's kind of a glorified opportunity call, besides being a kickoff call, besides being a team call.
Healing, fear, growth, what scares you to death, but you're doing it anyways, because when you're doing it shoulder to shoulder, it's way less scary. Belonging builds belief, and belief builds leaders. And this is the part that needs to be written in the brightest highlighter you can find. Go run with runners. Don't beg people to show up here. Don't beg people to believe in themselves. Show them what belief looks like by shattering your own ceilings. When you build a room where people want to be in, they protect it and they duplicate it. This isn't complicated. Get healthy, turn around, help someone else get healthy. Build people, create impact, earn income, rinse and repeat.
And maybe do that with a not shaky camera. Thank you.
It's not luck, it's consistency and courage, and it's showing up even when it feels hard. Your job here is not to be a hero. Your job is to build a room where people feel like they belong. Because when people feel seen, they show up. When people feel believed in, they act. And when people feel like family, they stay. You want the formula? You want the script? That's it. People don't stay for results. They stay for relationships. They stay where they feel safe, heard, included, and loved. And creating family is the strategy. So thank you for being mine and for believing with me, for building something that is massive that people never want to walk away from. And one day you'll look around and you'll realize you have built a whole community that refuses to shrink, that believes, that runs, that cheers so loud it drowns out the self-doubt. A community you are so proud of and that no one would ever dare leave. Go build people, build belief, build belonging, and build bold leaders so we can change the world. Now go find your one, love them so well they never want to leave, and go build a whole J-Lo on a plane empire. And now I have the honor and privilege to turn it over to the man who started it all, the co-founder, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson.
It is a cult. So you're not just supposed to build a business, buy some products, sell some products, build people. You're supposed to build a family. So we're raising the stakes already, because it can never just be about doing a job, being happy in the community you are in, building a community. No, it has to be a family, and you need to find people who never want to leave. And you got to lead by example, but make sure you're not just building a community, you're building this uplifting family, and make sure you find the people that will never leave. Said no sane, non-brainwashed person who runs a legitimate business or who is involved in a legitimate business ever. It's a cult.
The co-founder, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. Dr. A, are you ready?
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie. And that was awesome. I'll tell you, with 1,000 of you, we can move the planet. And, the future vision I started talking about, getting America healthy 25 years ago, basically, we're actually changing the trajectory of human health. Now, tonight isn't just about launching a new platform. It's about beginning a new era in human health. Over the last 50 years, I left it 25 years ago, we've been losing a quiet war. Not about...
Imagine you are on a call and you're pretty much praising yourself as visionary. Please, people, you need to take a seat. You need to take multiple seats, far, far in the back, and actually listen and watch all of this with some distance, not in this cult-like environment. I am Christine. I am a compliance expert. I do YouTube videos, and I'm a visionary. Does that come across as a little bit entitled? I think so, yes. I will make the world stop moving. That is my vision. Will we all die because of that? Because we need the rotation of planet Earth? Yes, but that's not the point. I'm a visionary, and if you don't get it, you simply don't get it. You're not part of the cult. Sorry, you're not part of the vision yet. And I'm not going to comment on his background. Okay, I will leave that up to you. Okay, I will comment on it later. Let's continue.
Infectious disease, not about genetics, but about metabolic dysfunction, as everybody's mentioned tonight. Over 90% of Americans have that. It's an insidious, it's like hypertension, which is actually one of the signs of metabolic dysfunction. But visceral fat, hidden driver of diabetes, heart disease, cancers, cognitive decline, infertility, premature aging. And yet, until now, most of medicine's efforts have been fighting downstream, treating symptoms, managing disease, chasing numbers. But tonight, everything changes. A new paradigm in health is here. For the first time, we're no longer guessing. We now have the data, the research, the science done in the gold standards.
You're a little bit too close to the camera for my liking, and his laptop is also shaking. What are you doing? Are you not fueling your bodies properly? That is why you cannot just sit and leave your laptop alone? Is it because you need to lean on something? Because your muscles have given up? What is going on? Stop it with a shaky camera. You want to be somewhat of a professional, inspiring group of people. Stop it with a shaky camera. I kick my ring light every once in a while, and then also the camera shakes, and I think, dang it. But that only happens occasionally, and YouTube is not my job. Yet you want to make me believe you're a visionary, but you cannot even control your computer. What visionary is not able to work with a functioning, properly set up computer? If that's his job, you're not a visionary I would want to follow. Dr. A. Call me Dr. C, okay?
Allow us to quantify, track, and reverse metabolic dysfunction at its root. I've been talking about it for 25 years. Yet now we have the exact proprietary information that allows us to go out boldly and make the claim that with our research, we can actually help anyone reverse their metabolic dysfunction. If over 90% of us have that, we can actually create what we've called metabolic synchronization. And within 16 weeks, as you've seen, 14% reduction.
If I can see you reading off a script, then you're too close to the camera. You need to back off or put on glasses. It's not done well.
In visceral fat, 98% P1 medicines, which are a shot, which can be up to 40% loss of lean mass. We truly protect healthy muscle. It's a metabolic reset, not from day one to start building healthier muscle, moving more, as Doug said. This isn't about weight loss, where medicine finally meets behavior, where the habits of health truly takes hold. It's where science meets human coaching.
Maybe I should put up some sort of count, or how many times, or some sort of countdown, how many times they shake the freaking camera. I mean, editing this video will take me 18 days, but maybe it's worth it. Stop messing with your setup, people. You're foolish. You want to bring a point across, then I don't want to be distracted by your camera shaking and moving all the time. That would be like me consistently sitting here in my squeaky chair. You think, hey, what are you saying? Well, I'm a visionary, so I can handle a squeaky chair. That's distracting. Let's pay attention to how many more of these people are not able to control their laptops. And yes, if you hear emergency services in the background, they're coming. They're coming to save me from Optavia. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's where science meets human coaching and where transformation becomes repeatable, scalable, and sustainable. Why is this moment so much bigger than any one of us? Here's the truth. America doesn't have a willpower problem. It has a systematic problem. People don't need more information. They need structure, support, and evidence of real progress. And that's why coaching, not drugs, not devices, not algorithms, will be the single most important health intervention of the next decade. AI will scale information, but only humans can scale transformation. Only humans can help someone rewrite their identity, walk with them through fear and change, and turn that teachable moment that I've been talking about for a quarter of a century into a new life trajectory, one where we can thrive and no longer be shrouded in this malaise, this fatigue that starts with metabolic dysfunction as a result of all the things that are in our modern society. And that's what you do as our value coaches, and I can't tell you how proud I am. The vision for America, and very shortly the world, I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine a future where metabolic health is the default, not the exceptions, where kids grow up without insulin resistance, where heart disease and diabetes and cancers and Alzheimer's become rare. Employees invest in health optimization instead of sick care. Healthcare systems finally move upstream to help individuals improve their health span so they live in a healthy state for the majority of their life. and entire communities can become health creating ecosystem. It's not going to start in Washington. It doesn't start in hospitals. It starts with you. One coach, one client, one metabolic reset at a time. And when enough of us commit fully, we don't just change lives, we change the culture. The impact and wealth are not opposites. You've
Too
heard
close,
that
too
tonight. I
close,
wanna be sure- I
man.
don't
You
usually
need
talk
to
about money,
back
but I have to
off.
tell you that the healthcare
Take
cost
a
is
seat in
$2.1
the
trillion
back behind
that's
your
spent on the suffering.
dead
Let me say
animal
something
on the
important about it. I
wall.
want you to hear this clearly. There's nothing unspiritual about becoming wealthy. By doing the most meaningful work of your life, it will become likely. When you coach full out, you create massive value. As we showed earlier, individuals that have you as a coach lose 10 times more weight and 17 times more targeted fat than without you. You solve real human suffering. You reduce healthcare costs. You restore vitality, dignity, and hope. As a traditional doctor, I couldn't do that. It wasn't until I moved upstream and helped create and co-found this mission that we're doing together. And the timing is right. Now is the time where wealth is simply the byproduct of value that's multiplied. The more people you help restore metabolic health, the more abundance flows back to you. This is aligned wealth. This is mission-driven prosperity. This is how movements are funded and sustained. So here's my invitation as your co-founder to you tonight. Don't play small. Don't dabble. Don't wait. Don't underestimate what this movement really represents. You're standing at the intersection of breakthrough science that is our proprietary information, a scalable coaching system that can amplify and have us change this world, America, and the rest of the world overnight. A world-class habits of health, metabolic optimization lifestyle program. My new prescription for life to help those considering GLP-1s know that metabolic health is what they want, not just a small window where they lose some weight. I mean, just recently, one of the most famous people on TV just mentioned they gained 20 pounds back once they stopped using the GLP-1 drug. The world is desperate for solutions. Coach full out. Lead from belief in science. Commit to mastery. Commit to service. Commit to growth. Because if we do this together, we don't just reverse metabolic dysfunction, we change the future of human health. And it starts right now with you. Thank you.
You're welcome. America does have a problem, as do a lot of countries with extremely overweight people, but I have never seen that many excessively overweight humans than I did in the United States. In no other country, and I did travel quite a bit in my years. And the reason is because the portion sizes are ginormous in the US. What would be considered a small in the US, for example, if you get a menu at a typical fast food store, would be considered a large here. That would be like the biggest size you could get. And then also because everybody is driving. The United States is a country where people drive mostly. There are some exceptions. There are some cities, some areas that might be the exception, but I guess that contributes ginormously. And of course, everybody is looking for a solution, but there is no easy solution. And the person he mentioned about GLP-1s was Oprah, who pretty much in a sponsored appearance on American television said, well, I'm really, really glad that I'm taking these shots now because I will have to take these forever until the end of my life, but they really slowed down the hunger voices in my head while she and her body is pretty much falling apart. GLP-1s, and I don't blame anybody who takes these because they believe they might be able to lose weight easier. It's an easy way out with a lot of side effects because those medicines, those products, they were designed for severely obesely overweight people who would otherwise very likely die. It was designed for these and not for people who might want to lose 10 or 20 pounds. So he is poking right into an existing wound that people want to lose weight and very likely have to lose weight. And if you lose weight, you can also live an easier and healthier life. There is much more that goes into this than just weight loss, absolutely. But you will not be a burden on the health system, for example, and you yourself can live a longer life, statistically speaking, and you can live a more active and very likely also a happier life. But to claim that Optavia is the solution to that is just absolutely horrific. Because just like with GLP-1s you mentioned, Optavia is also a program you have to use all the time. It is not suggested to be on Optavia programs all of the time, but realistically, if you severely undereat because you only consume very limited calories, not enough to fuel the body of a human grown woman, I took a look at that and I made videos about that in the past, then you will lose weight. But once you stop doing these programs, You will actually have to start and learn how to feed your body well, how to move, how to deal with food, which can be so difficult, but you can learn that. Not when you are on an Optavia program. In that case, you just take the fuelings because life is made easy for you and you eat what I learned from others who've tested out the product, or cardboard, uninspiring, bland products that just pretty much taste like soy because they're filled with soy protein. So Optavia is supposed to be the solution to that, when in the end, in my interpretation, it would be just like a drug that you have to take until the end of your life. And it's just too pricey to get Optavia all the times because you spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars just on the Optavia fuelings, not even the actual food you might be allowed to consume once a day if you take one of their most popular programs. And yet again, this speech is not hitting with me. He wants to be inspirational, he's not doing a good job. I can see he's reading off a script. Everything, all of the gestures, they're very practiced, but he's off time. And then he also has this shaky computer. This is a glorious call. I didn't expect that, but it's also very concerning because there are real people, real human lives attached to this who really hope that they can save their own lives, other people's lives, and then also build wealth on the side. Because it sounds like he's also pitching to a very Christian, religious, spiritual-oriented audience, probably his coaches. It is not bad if you get rich on the way. You will take a load off the health system. You will help people change their lives, so you can also be compensated. So we're already taking the shame away that we might or might not contribute to a system where most people will lose money if they join the business side of this thing. The health issues and the dietary problems I have with that program, that aside, you are worth it because you help other people, and if you get rich or you hope you get rich, that's completely fine. We're already setting the stage for this. Hopefully they will also go through the MLM part of the business, what you can do if you can collect enough warm bodies. But let's continue.
Oh, Dr. A, that was absolutely incredible. And I'm Gina Eccles, in case we have never met before. And I came to Optavia 15 years ago with a hope and a dream and a prayer. And with that, I also came fully loaded with a lot of metabolic health problems. And so what I love the most about Optavia is that not only did I get healthy and lose my 65 pounds, reverse tons of different issues that I had with metabolic dysfunction, things like having to take a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was crazy. I have 7 children. I can't be taking a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Otherwise, the house will burn down. How many of you can amen that one? All right. So we had to do something different. We had to make a difference. And I want you to understand that health is wealth, and wealth can help with your health. And so I'm going to talk to you about what Optavia is doing for all of you right now. Right this very minute, Optavia is offering insane incentives. I've been doing this for 15 years. It has been life-altering for our family, but they are offering some incentives that I want to make sure you all understand. Many of the incentives are carrying forward from last year. So the rank advancement bonus, the CSB Plus, and the impact multiplier is carrying forward. And that's a big deal all in itself, but they have literally made all of these better. So one of the first things I want to talk to you guys about is the rank advancement bonus. I don't know if you all noticed at the top there, they added for everyone who grows this business from associate director, executive director, regional director, national director, global director, and presidential director, there are bonuses available for you. And the tree that it was pinned from August. So I want you to go back to August when we get off this call, look at your volume, and you will see, okay, I ended at manager. Okay, go for associate director. But can I challenge you guys? You could not only earn the associate director bonus, you could earn executive director, regional, national. You have plenty of time to grow this. So I want to encourage you with that. CSB Plus is the key to growth. How many of you know that if you continuously add new clients, you will continuously be growing your frontline volume, which will then support you to grow even more business, to be able to help more people. So those bonuses range from 3 to 10%. The third thing, and this is the one I am most excited about. I hope y'all jump out of your chair, forget the rest of the Zoom. Okay, don't forget the rest of the Zoom. But this is that accelerate income. Oh my goodness, I'm going to say it wrong. The impact multiplier bonus. And that impact multiplier bonus is for all new coaches. And I don't know if you guys took a peek at this, but I want you to see this. When your new coach brings on 5 new clients in their first month, they get $1,000 bonus on top of their commission. If they bring on 5 their second month, they get a $1,500 bonus. And if they bring on 5 in that third month, they get a $2,000 bonus. I know my friend Kevin is going to share with you guys what's possible and what you can create in 6 months, but I want you to understand something. When I rewind back 15 years ago, I was freaking out over a $100 bonus for finding 5 new clients that I got one time. This is $4,500 that could radically change your coach's life. But I don't know if y'all looked over one more column, because Optavia is making this such an incredible offer. You've probably heard me say this before. New is the clue. And Optavia is not only rewarding your new coaches, but they are rewarding you for training your coaches well with that additional matching bonus. That means you're going to earn an extra $4,500 when you help your client, your new coach, have 5 clients that first month, 5 clients that second month, 5 clients that third month. Did I mention new is the clue? All right, Kevin, I am so excited to toss this over to you.
Yeah, you're going to toss it over to Christina first. Why am I saying Christina? You're tossing it over to Christina first. This is your ordinary, if you watched a couple of these calls, if you have taken a look at a couple of compensation plans, this is your ordinary network marketing compensation plan, but everybody claims we have the newest and bestest thing. I was also on the Monate Kickoff call for the beginning of the year. At least this one is not 3.5 hours long. The Monate one was 3.5 hours long. Excuse me, absolutely not. And I probably fell asleep during the call, but I have to go through the footage. I haven't done that yet. But they also announced some changes to their ranks and to the compensation plan, probably shelling out different kind of bonuses. None of that was special, but it is always newsworthy, and it's always the best company and the best compensation plan. What she said are just standard MLM tactics and things, trying to get people into the company, trying to get people to stay in the company longer, get more clients, and recruit more people. You have rank advancement bonuses, that is normal, it's not out of the ordinary. You get matching bonuses if you recruit enough people or if people get enough clients in who might be recruited. That is also not out of the ordinary. You get paid more if you sell more. Then you have a higher percentage in commission, and I forgot what the fourth one was, but those are all just ordinary MLM compensation things. Nothing here screams new, newsworthy, or worth to be mentioned on a kickoff call. But I guess if it's new incentives, the bonuses are being raised, that is something that also needs to be celebrated, because if she did Optavia over a decade ago, almost 20 years ago at this point, and she got $100 to get a couple of people in, see how not successful network marketing companies are in 2025 and now in 2026, when you have to up the bonuses to get people to do the basic work, as in selling and recruiting. It's a great initiative, it's a great incentive, that's how it's being sold internally, but realistically, I think the companies need to up the amount of rank advancement bonuses, sales percentages they give to their people, because sales and revenue in network marketing is down. We see that in multiple network marketing companies. So you need to get more initiatives, more incentives, because less and less people are able to even sell the products, the programs, and are able to hit certain ranks. That's not a sign of success. It's rather a sign that the industry is in dire problems.
Where you're going to share with him, he's going to share with you all what 6 months of building this business can do for your new coaches.
Well, thanks, Gina. It's super exciting. And I know we have a lot of new coaches and coaches that are, or people that are considering becoming a coach here as we kick off the new year. And so the last couple of slides probably were just a lot of information for you. So what I want to do for those of you who are new or looking at this for the first time, I want to show you a very specific 3 scenario option for you to really understand what is truly possible. You might be sitting there thinking, okay, this is a lot of hype. If you know me, there's not an ounce of hype in me, okay? I am a numbers guy. I love spreadsheets, I love formulas, and I love plugging in the real facts. And so what I did when I saw all these slides is I plugged them into 3 options, and I'm going to provide you with 3 separate options based on what's possible in the first month. So the first scenario is the side income coach. So this scenario represents someone who's sharing part-time staying consistent. Maybe you have a full-time job or you're super busy like Gina, and you're just thinking, I don't have that much time. You're 3 clients a month, no pressure, not going to be overwhelmed with that. It shows what happens when someone stays coachable and simply doesn't consist. So this is over the course of, we're assuming January through June, you're going to make $7,282. You're also going to reach the rank of director by month 6. And for those of you who don't know, that means you're going to earn that $500 associate director rank advancement bonus. Okay. I didn't want to take the time to break this down month by month for you, but over 6 months, you're going to earn $6,200. Okay. But here's the really cool thing. You've heard that there is a correlation between impact and income. What I love about Optavia, this is the first thing I've ever done. I was a college student, then I did construction, then I was in the Marine Corps, then I was a police officer, and I left law enforcement actually 13 years ago this month to do this full time with my wife. This is the first career I've ever had where my impact clearly correlated, directly correlated with my income. Many of you are in service industries. How many of you make more because you're a great teacher or you're a great doctor or you're a great pastor or counselor? Most of us don't, because there's either a pay scale or there's only so many hours in the week, and that limits it. So in scenario 1, the side income coach, you're going to impact over the course of 6 months, 18 lives. You're going to help them reset their metabolic health. And per client, the average earnings over that 6 months is $404. Now keep that in mind, because I'm the kind of guy, if I'm going to do the same work, if I can increase my income for doing the same thing, I'm all about leverage. So I'm going to show you how you can get some leverage here. Okay. Scenario 2, this is the momentum builder. All right. This is someone who's saying, man, I would really like to have some options. Maybe I don't like my full-time job. Maybe I'm looking at possibly having to go get a full-time or part-time job, or maybe I just really want to create some more wealth. I don't know about many of you. Over the last week, I got dozens and dozens of reminders from all these charities like, hey, the postal laws have changed. So if you're someone who's like, you know what, money, it's kind of an evil thing. I heard it said, and I totally agree. If you don't think money buys happiness, then you just haven't given enough away. Okay, so if you're sitting here thinking, well, this is all about money, what I'm talking about is impact. What leads to income, and what you do with it is up to you. You can spend it, increase the quality of life, take your family on a vacation, or if you want to give it away, I assure you there's plenty of charities that would love to take your donations, okay? So this is the momentum builder. They're helping just 5 clients a month. This is totally achievable. They're going to reach executive director by month 4. So that means they're going to earn the associate director $500 bonus and the $1,000 ED bonus. And at the end of 6 months, they're going to have earned over $19,000. That is mind blowing. I went back, my wife and I, we're some of the top earning coaches in Optavia. And it took us, in 6 months, we earned $11,000. All right. So you have the opportunity to almost double what we did in our first 6 months right now. All right. Here's the cool thing. The correlation between lives impacted and income. You're impacting 30 lives if you choose to go this route. That is significant. That is huge. And you're going to be earning $636 per client, right? So you're only helping 2 more new clients per month than the side income coach, but your income has gone up almost 50%. You're doing the same work per client, but you're making significantly more. All right. So now we're going to move on to the accelerated builder. This is the person who's deciding they're going to help 7 people per month. And this is absolutely achievable because there are a lot of coaches that have helped more. But with the tools that we have at our disposal right now, this is completely achievable for someone who's like, you know what? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to lead by example. I want to impact other people's lives. I want to make a difference, and I want to earn some income. And this is the thing, like Doug mentioned, 90% of Americans are dealing with metabolic dysfunction. So if you're thinking, man, I don't know that many people that are overweight, first of all, then pull your head out of your tail. All right, no offense, but you've got to break out of this mindset that this is just about weight loss. Okay, 6 weeks ago, I was below 11% body fat. I found out I was pre-diabetic because I was not following some of the details of our plan. So this program can help everyone, even people you see that are super fit. You can help them. So you can help 7 people per month. Trust me. All right. You're going to hit executive director by 3rd month. Oh, by the way, I've already reversed that because I went back to the Optavia plan. Okay. So there's hope for all of us. But after 6 months, you're going to earn over $27,000. But here's the exciting thing. You have built a business where you're going to be earning over $5,000 per month after 6 months. Could you quit your job on that? For a lot of us, we possibly could. All right. For some of you, you're going to have to keep building, maybe another 6 months, but you see, you've got some momentum going. So now you're talking about impacting 42 lives. That's huge. That's like almost an entire professional football team. A number of people that you're impacting, and you're making over $640 per client. Same thing, right? You're doing the same amount of work per client, but the amount that you're getting paid per client is significantly more. So once again, this is not about money, just about money. It's about help more people make more money, and then you get to decide what you're going to do with it. But I'm telling you, if you're not happy with where you're at in your career right now, Optavia is absolutely not just a side hustle, but it's a legitimate new lease on life. I haven't missed law enforcement 1 second of one day since I left 13 years ago. Thank you, Dr. Ray. Thank you, Optavia. Let's go be 3.0, 3.0 together.
Yeah, let's not thank them, because if you take a look at the US income disclosure statement, unfortunately, they don't split that up by ranks. So I don't have any data how much people at that associate director rank actually make, but his claims are what could potentially be possible. But is it also probable? And the answer is no. Because if we take a look at the 2024 US income disclosure statement, vastly over 80% of the people in the company, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, yeah, vastly over 80, almost 90% of the people are not even able to make $5,000 in an entire year. So his claims that if you just have 3 clients per month, you can make $6,000 or $7,000 in 6 months is something that is highly unrealistic for most people, because most people don't even make $5,000. And then the higher up you get in the sales range, it doesn't say, unfortunately, what rank the people are at. The numbers get smaller and smaller and smaller, meaning the number of participants. But would you be surprised that most people in the company either make no earnings or 0, or let's say 1 cent to 100 per year? That is all before expenses. Let's remember that as well. Or $250 or $500. So all of his claims might sound nice, but it's highly unrealistic, because most people in Optavia do not participate in the scenario he mentioned here. That is only very, very few. And that is easily detectable if you just take a look at their income disclosure statement once, because that means the people he is speaking about here, the ones that just want to have a side hustle, most people in Optavia are not even able to do that. All of that is a potential income that some people might be able to make, but in reality they don't. The vast majority of people in the company don't even make $500 per year, meaning if they purchase a couple of the Optavia Fuelings, they end up losing money, just like in any other network marketing company.
Kevin, thank you. And as we approach the halfway point of this call, I just want to stop and everybody take their breath and catch their breath and just say, what? And wow.
Yeah, I would also like to catch your breath and ask, is this a kickoff call with people who have ridiculous and ugly backgrounds? What is it? The other one was in his man cave, then he has, a Falala Llama in the background, and the other one had his e-guitars. Don't get me wrong, I love e-guitars, I also play the guitar. What is this? People are shaking their cameras and they're having ridiculous backgrounds. That's my main takeaway. Thank you, Optavia. It's entertaining, it is.
As we reflect, and here in a second, I'm going to bring on the president of the company because he would like to pay you a lot of money. One of the many things that we do, and if you stay on for bonus hour, I'm going to talk more about this. Sorry, the bonus 15 minutes, is that one thing that our company over the last, many years, as I've been a part of 17, but for the last 3 years, is that they are extremely good stewards of their funds. They steward their funds extremely well. We're a debt-free company, publicly traded. Cash reserves and total cash on hand is over, I think, $160 million. And so they can afford to pay their coaches extremely well. They can also afford to weather storms that life is going to bring, whether it be a company, whether it be a church, whether it be a business, whether it be a household. And one thing that, being a coach for so long, one thing that I regret over the 2.0 era is that we did not make coaching as normal. In fact, less than 4% of our clients became coaches, as if our health and our wealth was somehow 2 separate things, or maybe some of us were raised where it was like taboo to talk about it. And it wasn't, it came as such a surprise that the biggest needs in America that often leads to the health crisis is the financial crisis. Yes. And so moving forward in the 3.0 era, we are one movement. You will not hear talks that are just about health because they go hand in hand. So the 3.0 era is we are one movement. There are just progressive steps in moving yourself forward. And many of you on the line have been paid extremely well. In fact, our company recognized many people for their earnings. I will say that we didn't even know it, that, we set out to just pay off a little debt years ago, Tia. We didn't know it until our company announced that they had paid us over $43 million since 2017.
His statements are wrong. Some people on the call who have been in Optavia for over 10 years, yeah, they might be at the top of the compensation plan, but I showed you the 2024 income disclosure statement, which shows clearly that Optavia doesn't pay its coaches very well, because most are not even able to make, by far, far, far most, are not even able to make $5,000, not including expenses, over an entire year. And that's also why they have a disclaimer here, and it is good that they do, because it says that the income testimonials in this presentation are not representative of the average earnings that coaches achieve with Optavia. Only a very small number of coaches will achieve income that is within the range of this testimonial. Optavia makes no guarantee or financial success. Success with Optavia results only from successful sales efforts, and recruiting people, that's what we heard, building families, which require hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the Optavia income disclosure statement of all blah blah. We did that. Yep, that's a bunch of baba boo. Most people in Optavia do not make more than $5,000. And I would love for them to split this up by ranks, but unfortunately they didn't do it. And now they have this disclaimer here that the testimonials that we hear are very subjective and are highly unlikely to be reached by most coaches, because only a very small number of Optavia coaches make that money. Interesting.
43 million. In fact, I would love for you to drop in the chat if you know how much Optavia has paid you for coaching, whether you've been with us 3 weeks, 3 years, or 13 or more years. If you would like to share that, I think it's important, because there are a lot of charities and there are a lot of ministries that are blessed because we have chosen to do really well and help a lot of people get healthy. And so I invite you to look at some of these from the coaches, because we're doing huge things. And Nick, as I bring you on to talk literally about these levers that you are giving us to pull to really make a massive impact over 2026 and beyond, you said in the video at the beginning of the call, you are going to pay more than any other company has ever paid its coaches and distributors in the entire world.
That is ridiculous virtue signaling. You can donate all of the money you want to charity. That doesn't take away from the fact that most people in Optavia don't make millions. They're nowhere close to that amount, and only the very few handful of people who are able to benefit because they recruited enough people, because enough people on their teams lost money so that they were able to benefit, to claim, but it's all good. Don't be worried about that. It's not a sin, because you can donate a lot of money to charity. You can do all of that. Charities are great. But to participate in a predatory system like a network marketing company, to claim that it's good, it's okay, and it's also okay if you make a lot of money on the backs of others, if you just donate it, is just asinine. Just donate the money to the charity of your choice. You do not need to join a network marketing company just because maybe a handful of people at the top of the compensation plan were able to make enough that they had leftover money they could move to charity. That is absolute asinine. And it is virtue signaling at its worst.
I know you're committed to that, and you've modeled that to us. And I know with what we're about ready to do, even more so. So Nick Johnson, president of Optavia, I'd love to bring you on.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Tia. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 questions, 3 answers, 2 character traits, and 1 statement. That's what you'll hear from me tonight. Number 1, the question is, why does this enterprise exist? I'm going to answer that with 3 simple questions. We ask ourselves this question every single day. We renew this question every single year. It will never change. What are we deeply passionate about? The answer, optimal metabolic health for everyone.
Is that the face of a man who is deeply passionate? I don't think so. There is no emotion in that face.
What can we be the best in the world at? Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. The trilogy. What drives our economic engine? Healthy executive directors. tens and tens of thousands of them, will drive the health of our business. That's our economic engine. The 2 character traits, consistency and focus in those 3 things. That is everything. If you have 2 character traits that happen to be consistency and focus, you have everything. And here's the statement. To change a systemic problem, the one that Dr. Anderson described, you fundamentally have to change 2 things. The language we use to describe things and the economics behind them. Think of that as incentives. So when I make statements like we're going to pay more than anybody has ever paid, is because we have to. We have to. The incentives for people getting healthy, given the size of the problem, means we must. I feel obligated, not in a bad way, like a bad commitment. It's a privilege to be able to pay the way that we pay, to change the outcome of this nation and eventually many nations. So here's the statement. Wake up and then buckle up. Marcus Yu, time's yours.
He seems to be a delight. Wouldn't you work for a company with that CEO or president? Because he really brings the emotion across.
Thank you, Nick. Well, I am so excited to be introducing and talking about the referral program that's automated that Optavia has just launched. We know that our clients come from 3 funnels, brand new connections on social media or in person, follow up, those that weren't quite ready to get started. And because we support our clients so well, they are ready and willing to refer other friends and family members, you guys. And so this automated program, which is brand new, it's actually designed for our current clients who are loving the process, they're seeing results, and they are ready to build their own health bubble, which we know is so important for their own health journey and retention as a client, you guys. Optavia has made it extremely simple, and they're doing it in a very generous way. Every client is going to receive $50 automatically when they refer somebody to you as a coach. Here's what I want you to listen to, and it matters a lot, coaches. I want you to hear this loud and clear from corporate. Not only is the client going to receive that $50 off, but your commission is not impacted. You are paid on that full order from that new client, which is huge. It's going to not only reward for sharing what's working, but coaches, we are fully supported. And this creates huge momentum, especially after the holidays where gatherings have been around food and overindulgence. This is going to shift the narrative. And we know the statistics of creating a health bubble for our clients, you guys. It shifts it from food and drink to accountability and connection and people. Even somebody who is going to refer their husband that they've been begging to get started, or their mom who they saw over the holidays. That is $100 off of their next order, you guys. It helps them stay on track. Especially with the compensation that Kevin and Gina just talked about, it's a great time to even explore coaching. As you see here on the slide, you guys, there's no limit to how many people a client can refer. Now, there is a stipulation that those clients, we need them to order that $350 or more to stay on a full program so we can really help reset their metabolism. And that $50 credit is automatically going to be applied to the existing client's account. This type of automation, it actually does a few things for us. I'm gonna read these. It removes friction. You guys, it makes it simple for our clients. It rewards creating community, and it supports both our clients and our businesses. It's simple, it's extremely generous, as Nick just suggested, and it's a powerful way to actually grow together.
It's actually a sign that the Optavia coaches, who are the people who want to run this as a network marketing business opportunity, that they're not able to sell enough of those products, of those programs to clients, and that's why they need the support from the clients themselves. The ones who don't want to be coaches, they just want to be on those programs. I don't know why you would want that, but if that's what you wanted, they are the ones who are getting an incentive. They're getting money in their pocket that they can then use on the program. So it looks to me like the MLMers are not able to sell enough anymore, and it's smart. It's smart to utilize the clients as well, but it also tells me that the incentive for the clients is to get a little bit of money back, a $50 credit on their next order, because the products and the programs are so pricey that they might very likely also bleed clients. Because especially in this day and age, with food being so pricey already, it is asinine to think that you will have more and more clients in the economical situation we are in when the program itself is already a couple of $100, and that doesn't include real food. So it's a financial initiative and a financial incentive, because I believe the distributors are not able to sell that much anymore on their own, and because clients probably drop off because the programs are too pricey.
So let me answer a few questions that you guys may have. Even though there's a lot of incredible information on Coach Answers, can I refer clients myself? Okay, great question. And Jen Jones is going to break it down for us. But why would you guys? If I refer a client, it is actually going to give that referral credit to me, but give that client to Jen Jones. And I want to support that client. That's why I've been coaching for almost the last 7 years. So start a new client, earn your coaching fee, or as I mentioned, you could actually use this to help your clients explore the coaching community themselves. How much could you even make per client? $50, $100, $150, plus the future of your business, which Kevin and Gina broke down the compensation for that over a 6-month period. It's wild. So Jen, I'm going to pass it to you because it really is as simple as she's going to explain 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay. I think this is one of those moments where we're sharing an opportunity here, and Nick's statement is vital. Wake up! Like, this is a huge lever to pull in your business right now and gain leverage to serve more people and help more people get healthy, and for the ripple to just roll. So
you always gotta have the screamer on a call. There's always one person who's so inspired, and then you have to have the blank-faced head of the company that wants to inspire you without any emotion in their face. And she's also shaking the camera. She's also shaking the computer. It seems to be a sickness within Optavia that people cannot provide you a clear picture because they're consistently leaning on something, making their laptops bounce. Stop it, Jen Jones, okay? Stop it.
it is very simple to implement this. 1, 2, 3. All right. This is what you're going to do. You have an Optavia app on your phone. I know that you do. And you're just going to go into the Optavia app. This is what your clients are going to do. I want you to do it too, so that you can know how to help them. But you go into the Optavia app where they order their food, where they log their food, where they write messages to you. And then you're going to scroll down as soon as you...
They don't order food, they order fuelings. Optavia doesn't even call their pre-packaged, highly processed stuff food. They call it fuelings.
Open the app and you're going to go down. It's going to say, refer friends and earn. And you're going to copy that link. As soon as you click the big fat green bar that says copy link, it's going to pop up the ways that you can then message your friends via text, via messenger, via WhatsApp, all the different ways that you communicate with your friends and family. Okay. That's how your clients do it. They select and they share their link. Okay. I'm just going to go over these details again, but no changes to your commissionable volume. None. So you get paid a lot for helping them, and you're going to get compensated off of the clients that they refer. Hopefully you're going to have a conversation about them actually coaching that client, because then they'll get compensated for the client, and they'll get, and their clients will, it'll just be a whole big ripple effect that is vital and important. And then,
yeah, because it's the most important part of the business structure to not just have clients, but to recruit people who recruit people who recruit people.
They can have unlimited referrals per client. So if a client wants to pay for their whole box of food, they can go ahead and refer 6 clients to you. They get their food paid for. Now, here's the deal. They would already be a senior coach. So I really, again, want to reiterate, if they're referring like that, it's time to go, like, can we please have a discussion? And can we please explore coaching? Let's not get like, we want the ripple effect to roll. Dr. Anderson said at the very beginning of this call, we need 1,000 Stephanies. We need 1,000 Jens. We need 1,000 Dougs. We need 1,000. So let's not we don't want to hoard all the clients. Great opportunity to explore coaching with them so they can discover if that client would then become theirs. But this code gets used for 30 days and can be reissued. And let's see, I think that's really it. They have 60 days to use their $50 credit. That's nothing new. We all know that, but just to remind you as you're discussing with them.
They have 60 days to use the $50 credit. So now the clients are also pressured to order more. More signs that Optavia might not be on top of their game anymore when their sales force is not on their own able to sell those programs anymore, and when the clients have to use the $50 referral money that they have in their bank account that they earned. They need to use that within 2 months. At least let them use it whenever they want to.
Again, what I really love about this personally and how I've been using it personally is as a lead generating magnet. I want to help more people. I've been consistent for 11 years in this business, and I am continuously focused on helping new people. And this gives us an incredible, incredible leverage to do so. So I want you to spread the word. If this is the first you're hearing about it, get off of this call and start spreading the word. There's so many ways to spread the word. You can do this personally. Share with your active clients. That was a no-brainer for me as soon as it came out. Easy to message and connect with my clients and tell them about it. Follow up with them in text. Some people need to see it written out. I mean, some of you are the most thoughtful people and write notes to your clients. You send little gifts to your clients. Do it. Let them know. I've gotten a few in the mail at the first of the year from all the realtors that I've worked with in the past. And all that, like, right? They're sending all these other people that have businesses. They send me notes and little things that magnets that I'm supposed to stick on my refrigerator, whatever, to like, let me know, hey, I've got a referral program. Do it. Do it. Of course, post in all your client pages. Definitely communicate with your inactive clients because they likely need to be in reset mode. And if not reset mode, then into that renew mode. And so they might want to get started, and it will only benefit them to have somebody join them and start with them. We know that in the habits of health. We know that is we need our community. And then rinse and repeat. And I will tell you, since this is launched, I've done what I'm about to tell you twice. Rinse and repeat. I have sent out a text. I've sent out a text, and I'm not going to read this for you. You can screenshot it if you want, but it's so basic, basically describing, hey, I want to help you. And I want you to be able to really, really create a healthy life, which means you need people to join you. So do you have a friend or a family member that can do this? And it's going to give you $50. And I know the economy is the economy. So wouldn't that be great for you to have $50, $100 off your next order? Any questions, let me know. And then I just sent them a screenshot of what the app looks like so that they can watch, rinse, and repeat themselves and keep using that link and potentially explore coaching and earn everything that Kevin and Gina were sharing with us. So that's it. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that great? Take it away.
She pretty much also made a gesture as if she was praying when she said, you need to spread the word. We need to help more people. You need to get more people in. It's about recruitment, not about sales. It's about recruitment, not about helping others. Helping others change their lives is just MLM for recruit. We need more warm bodies.
Thank you, Jen. I love your energy. How many of you love Jen's energy? Amazing.
No.
I'm sitting here thinking as she's talking, as I'm watching all the different things being announced on this call, and I'm literally trying to figure out how can somebody not succeed at this? Like what is the factor? Not just all the compensation, the bonuses, all the different opportunities, but the fact that there's a virtually unlimited market out there. 270 million people, is that right, Dr. A? Just in America, 4 billion people around the country that have a need for this thing that we happen to have an incredible, dare I say, the best solution for. It's like you have to try to not succeed.
It looks like a lot of people then in Optavia tried to not succeed, according to their own income disclosure statement in 2024. That is gaslighting and blaming your downline if they're not able to succeed. In MLMs, the structure has a chip on the shoulder, and the people are not able to sell their business opportunity as easily without getting pushback, feedback, and critical questions in this day and age. The market is saturated and flooded with MLMs and MLM products and coaches and distributors and blah, 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 whatever the name is for the people who joined for the business side. The market is flooded also in the United States. And while, especially in that market, people are extremely overweight, more than probably in other countries, it is also an economically extremely difficult time. To shill out hundreds of dollars each and every month to just stay on those ridiculous fuelings to participate is also a contributor to Optavia very likely not selling that many programs anymore and not being able to recruit that many people because money is tight. And giving your clients $50 back if they refer somebody else, yeah, that might sound nice. But if you're not able to afford programs worth over $300, $400, or $500, then the $50 won't do much for you. Then you will very likely stop using the product, leave the program, and maybe figure out a way how to fuel your body with actual food that is a lot less pricey. So there are a lot of reasons why maybe people don't succeed, and not because they don't try, it's because of saturation, bad timing, products that are extremely harmful and hurtful, the economical situation, and maybe also because of calls like that. And I would like to point out backgrounds yet again. That is a sad, sad background. Sad beige MLMer. Despite the aloha, What is it with people and backgrounds on this call? Let's see how many times he shakes his computer.
But I do think there's one factor that's absolutely vital, because we can get all excited about this. And I don't think there's enough excitement, if I'm being honest. I haven't been this excited about something in maybe decades. This is a massive opportunity. I don't think people realize what we have stepped into. I told Dr. J, who was at an event we did in Arizona, when she was talking about all the things that our clinical studies show that our programs are able to do, which are amazing. And I'm like, I don't know if people really got it. Maybe it's just, I don't know. So I want to challenge you to really work hard to see what's possible. I have so much confidence and optimism in what's coming, not because I believe in the future, but because I have seen the future. I have such a clear picture. It's what Dr. A has been talking about for the last 11 years since we came in. It's the thing I heard Dr. A say from the stage with tears in his eyes that honestly attracted me to join this mission. We talked about people outside this convention center that need this. And we are going to get America healthy with such a confidence and such a conviction. I didn't even know the guy. I knew that his name was on the book that showed up and stayed in my saran wrap or my plastic wrap on my shelf for just a little while, probably longer than it should have. But I want to challenge you to see the vision. Think about what's possible. Here's what I want to talk about. What is it that's the single greatest factor or predictor of your success, your individual success in this 3.0 era? The mission will be successful. I have no doubt. Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world, right? It's the only thing that ever has. And there's a big enough group of people that see this and believe it and are pouring their entire heart and soul into this thing that it will be successful. But the question I want to posture to you tonight is this: will you be successful? Because all the pieces are in place. So what's the factor? It's great to have a call and get all excited, see those bonuses, but if you don't ever tap into those bonuses, that's not very exciting, right? It's defeating. The single greatest factor that I've seen in my own life, that I've seen in every single successful coach, in not just in this business, in any business, and this is a predictor of your health, of your success. Oh man, my timer didn't start. Oh shoot. Okay, but it's a single greatest predictor. And the great thing about it is this: you are 100% in control of this lever. Like, I don't know if you get that. What is it? It's your posture. And I don't mean how straight you stand up or sit. I mean, it's how you show up every single day, on the good days and on the bad days, on the days that you feel like it and the days you don't feel like it, on the days when you don't want to get up out of bed, but you promised yourself that you would. You make and keep commitments to yourself. That's what attracts people. And honestly, that's the only vessel that what we have in our hands deserves to be carried in. Otherwise, people won't believe it. It's not enough that we have a virtually unlimited market. It's not enough that 270 million people need this and are literally crying out for this, searching everywhere for it. It's not enough that there's 4 billion people around the world and we have a solution that works. It's not enough that in 11 years, I've literally never seen, and I'm not making an official claim, I'm just saying what I've seen with my eyes. In 11 years, I've never seen somebody follow this program and it not work.
Oh, come on.
100% of the people that I've ever worked with or coached that have followed the protocol that we've given them, it's worked. Put a 1 in the chat if that's been your experience. You see here?
That's bullshit. And he caught himself before that. I don't know if you recognize that. He didn't make the blatant blank statement. Well, if you follow the program, if you follow what we tell you, you cannot fail. You will succeed. That is a statement for compliance reasons he cannot make. Optavia has a lot of disclaimers everywhere because there cannot be this overall statement. I promise you, if you do this, you will be successful. That would be non-compliant. And you could actually drag their asses for that. So it is smart to say, that is my personal experience. I believe that is a lie. Because not every program, not every product, not every service will work for every single person that uses it. Not every face cream, not every body lotion will work for everybody, not every toothpaste, not every media service will work for the entire audience. It simply won't. The same is true here. But it's this part of brainwashing that we see in those calls, and we see in all calls. on all team calls, on all opportunity calls across the board, you need to be the strongest believer that you have something other people want. They just don't know it yet. That's why you need to distribute it to others outside of that convention. In the United States alone, they're not tapping into a market with 270 million people, because that includes the elderly and that includes children. And there are 4 billion people in the world. I would say we can confidently exclude already one continent that doesn't need Optavia products to lose weight. So they're have to telling themselves and the people in their group they have the solution to everything, you just don't know it yet, when in reality there is not a significant market for Optavia. For people getting help how to lose weight, live healthier lives, yes, but with that financial input, with severely under eating all the time, it's really bad opportunity. And it's also a really bad business model that is attached to that I believe only caters to a very, very small market. But the distributors always have to believe and hope and wish and pray that they have a product they're aware will change people's lives, and other people need that product. They just need to be convinced. It's actually you doing other people a disservice, and we see those folded hands again and again and again on this call. It is your job to make other people believe they need this, when in reality, you as the distributor needs it. But you gotta make yourself and others believe that it's not you. You're actually doing other people a service, or rather you would do other people a disservice if you don't spread the word. That is typical MLM brainwashing.
See, here's the key. You are the variable. There's something about taking extreme responsibility. And as we go into 3.0, my fear is that people think that there's this wave that's coming and this opportunity is going to chase you down and it's going to grab you and it's going to drag you along with it. You're going to get sucked out to sea with the tide because everybody else is succeeding. And I'm telling you, hear these words. These words will haunt some of you down the road. That's not how it works. I love that this call is happening on January 1st. Somebody sent me a video today.
Of course.
Said a word
the perfect day to have a freaking kickoff call in a network marketing company. Shut up.
I'm talking to ChatGPT about it, all these things. And what this person said is, he said, I know where I'm going in 2026. And then he said, I am resolute. So there's a lot of people talking about resolutions today, right? But real resolutions don't start with the goal. We talk about resolutions, that's a goal. We kind of put those things together, but we miss the key word in resolution, which is resolute. And here's what it means. Resolute means decided. It means settled. It means unshakable, unflappable. It means failure is not an option. If you want to participate in this 3.0 revolution at the level that is possible for you, it will take a burn the boats, come hell or high water. I am going to be part of this. Those are the people that are going to build this. And yes, you can tap into some of the sidelines and get some of the benefits and all that. So I'm speaking to the leaders of, and you might not even be a coach yet. Somebody might have invited you and you're like, who's this crazy guy yelling at me on the screen here? If you could see what I see, and I hope that everybody on here does. But here's the most important part about being resolute. How many of you have heard it said before that you don't have to convince people to believe in what it is that you're selling or offering? You just have to convince them that you believe in it, right? It's true. They can see the belief in your eyes. They can see your passion. But here's the thing. It's bigger than that.
Well, it's hard to see with a shaky camera, but we can see the passion, the belief. I call it brainwashing, though. I can see that a lot of these people are brainwashed or pretend that they understand the mission, because that's how they make their money. That's how they make an income. And they need to praise this to the heavens.
People don't just need to believe in the product in this day and age. They need to believe in you. And here's the challenge, and I'm going to end with this. They will never believe in you unless you believe in you. In the 3.0 era, if you want to participate at the highest level and be part of, honestly, a movement that's going to change the world, that will go down in history, I have no doubt. Dr. A's seen it for decades. It's happening now. If you want to be part of that, you must believe in you. Because you can feel it when somebody's unsure and they're not confident. You can hear it in their voice. You can see it in their eyes, right? 3.0 coaches have to have bulletproof belief in themselves. That is one of the most important factors. That means they don't tiptoe. They don't get rattled when somebody has an objection and comes back at them. They don't shrink back. They show up grounded. They have a certain level. They have a certainty. And not because they're perfect or they have it all figured out, but because They believe in themselves and they are resolute. Doug?
Dan, thank you. And as we close and we go into the bonus segment, I think it's important to understand, as Dan kind of teed it up to close this call out perfectly.
Have to spend 18 more days to edit this video. The shaky camera, it's the details that get me. It's the details that get me. And sorry, I had to get some water because I'm thirsty as heck. I could empty out the Spree and the Havel. I'm extremely thirsty at the moment. So I could drink water all the time and I'm still thirsty. So don't mind me over here because this is a long call. I need to get my water intake regularly. And I forgot to close the door. Oh, dang it.
I think it's important to understand, as Dan kind of teed it up to close this call out perfectly. It's 2.0 to 3.0. See, 2.0 was very weight loss focused. It was normal to maybe finish just shy of the quote unquote. We saw weight loss as a finish line. In fact, maybe we avoided transition. The 3.0 is there's no weight loss. It's just targeted fat loss. Who wants to lose weight? Who wants to lose muscle? Who wants to lose all this stuff we need to gain and build right now? We want to target fat loss. So I want you be thinking, coaches, as you're sharing tomorrow and you're talking to somebody, they're like, I just want to lose weight. And they tell you like, yeah, I need to lose weight. Like, no. You don't want to lose weight. You want to lose fat. Do you want to lose weight or do you want to lose fat? Well, I want to lose fat. Okay, then we need to talk about targeted fat loss. So it immediately shifts the conversation. So that's confidence. Number two, 2.0 stories led with scale, not biomarkers. Okay, scale. That's just a byproduct of doing the habits, right? It's a byproduct of what our labs say. The InBody. I want to show you a couple photos here in a minute. And then remember, 2.0, skipping transition was actually kind of socially accepted. 3.0, you haven't done the program until you've transitioned. Okay, which that's many of your next starting or completion point is to actually complete phase 1 of a targeted reset. Health is going to be measured in a 3.0 era moving forward, which begins today off of labs and InBody and biomarkers, not the number on the scale. Chris, let's pull this up. I want to show you a couple of understanding. Let's go back one slide. I believe is the targeted reset. Nope, it's not there. All right, let's move forward anyway. Click to the next picture. That's a metabolic reset. Okay, that is targeted fat loss. Let's move to the next. This is what a renew looks like. We're renewing to where we're starting to build that muscle. We're starting to adjust the program through transition and refine. That's what meal prep. That is what targeted training looks like as we continue to refine each person's. But guess what? The metabolic reset is where 9 out of 10 Americans need today. I want to show you Carrie Ann's photo. As you go to Carrie Ann's photo, look at her. There's her metabolic reset. She gets on an InBody. She renews. She continues to refine. I saw that slide pop up for a second, Chris. Let's go back to that one. There it is. The targeted reset. I want you to spend time understanding this is a metabolic reset. We're jumpstarting Americans' results tonight. We're helping them achieve quality. See, I even messed up my slide. Look at that. It says weight loss. See, Doug, it takes a minute to snap out of it, but we're targeting fat loss and helps reverse the metabolic dysfunction through a strong and targeted fat burn, improving body composition. Then we're going to move someone.
Maybe because it is that you're not really targeting fat loss, but you are targeting weight loss to have those cringy before and after pictures.
The closer to transition into renewing, all right, and then ultimately living in a refinement, optimal health phase. I want to show you one more photo of Stacy. This is a great picture. Stacy, here's her metabolic reset. Moving closely to renew. You might think like, wow, she looks great, and she does. But then we begin to refine that process. As we close out phase 1 of the call, I want to invite you to stay if you would like to learn about 9 facts that will guarantee massive growth if used properly. Stay on for the next 15 minutes. If you want to get on to your New Year's celebrations, you can. But I want to congratulate you for investing an hour of your time tonight, for coming and going with us on this 3.0 journey. But it starts with you. It starts on the inside. I'm going to share with you here in just a minute the absolute facts that you have in your hands to make sure that you're equipped to grow. So with that said, everyone have a fantastic night. Thanks for logging on.
I want to congratulate you for joining this call on January 1st, as if that is already an achievement. None of these people were able to sell anything, to get any clients, or to sell any programs, or to recruit anyone. So how is this an achievement? This is purely a brainwashing session and a way to share a call with people who might be interested in the business opportunity. So kind of an opportunity call. It's really low-hanging fruits. Congratulations for joining this call. what specific information do I get from it? What inspiration do I get from this call to run my successful Optavia business? And I use the word business loosely.
Okay, for the rest of you, we are going to quickly, Dan and I are going to break down really the bonus training of tonight. 9 facts that will guarantee massive growth and explosion if you apply what Marcus, Sue, and Jen shared with you, if you apply what Kevin and Gina shared with you, if you apply what Dr. A, Stephanie, Nick shared with you. And so let's lead off to number 1.
Okay, you know what? I will stop this now, this kickoff call, and the next video will be the bonus training because I've already filmed a long period of time and we still have 23 more minutes to go. So I would like to thank you for listening into this really cringy, very culty, nonsensical kickoff call with numbers that Optavia had to specify and disclaim, numbers of income potential that are highly unlikely for most of their people. So how much inspiration will the people on the team actually get from the bonus training with the 9 facts that will guarantee massive growth and explosion if applied? Maybe the entire business model will explode, but not in a good way. So thank you for listening in. If you're interested, tune in next week again, then we will take a look at the bonus training, but this is gotten way too long. So thank you for your time. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on further uploads. And if you don't want to miss out on further uploads, then hopefully I will see you next Friday, 1 p.m. German Standard Time, Central European Time. It's not just Germany. So if you're interested, hopefully I will see you next time. Until then, tschüss.